Diksha Goswami. You are welcome in today's session of machine design. So in today's session, I will discuss how to derive a Levy's equation or beam strength for the gears. Okay. So what is the beam strength of a gear? This beam strength is a strength that gears can be take, or you can say that maximum load that can be taken by gear without failure. Okay. So this strength is known as your beam strength. Okay. So where the how to drive a beam strength? So in it is given by Will Ferris Levy's. So sometimes beam strength equation is also known as Levy's equation, and this is your basic equation which is considered for the design of gears. So now analysis of Levy's is done by considering the tooth as a cantilever beam. We know when a tooth are in contact with another teeth of gear, so upper portion of the tooth is free and lower portion is fixed. So that's why Levy's consider that gear tooth is as a your cantilever beam. So Levy's drive equation for determine the approximate stresses in a gear tooth by treating the tooth of cantilever beam of uniform strength. Next, you can see here, this is the one teeth which we have drawn here. So you can see in this profile, okay, we have drawn a tooth profile as a parabola. Okay, so you can see here lower section, which is section XX, is maximum, which is having the maximum strength. Okay, and T is your thickness of tooth and H is your height, right? And it is subjected by your normal stress or normal force, which is denoted by Tn. Okay. Now these are the here two components. One is your Pt and another one is your Pr. So Pt is your tangential load, which is responsible for your bending. Okay, and bending due to the failure of due to the bending failure may be occurred in your gears or in gear tooth. So we have drawn here a figure like your parabola. Okay. So next is Levy's consider. Okay, consider tooth as a cantilever beam which is having the static normal force Tn. I have already explained it, right? Now before doing the any type of, or before driving the any type of equation, we always consider some assumptions, or some assumptions are made before driving before derivation of any type of equation. So Levy's consider that the full load is applied to the tip of a single tooth in a static condition, or you can say that there is a transmission of load is only by single tooth, not by using the number of teeth, right? So it is transmitted by, or at a time only we consider that load is transmitted by using single tooth. Okay, and radial component, because radial component is acting with respect to the line of action, so we consider it is negligible because bending is produced due to your tangential load. Okay, or tangential component. So we consider that we consider here tangential load because that is responsible for the bending of tooth. So radial component is negligible, and we consider the your tangential component. And now we consider that the load is distributed uniformly across the full phase width. So when phase width is here in tooth, so load, we consider that load is uniformly distributed. So you can see here B is your phase width and load is uniformly distributed, and we consider that gear tooth as a cantilever beam. Here H is your height and T is your thickness of your tooth. Now last assumption is forces due to the tooth sliding friction as negligible. So we consider that forces produces due to the sliding friction, or due to the sliding action of your tooth, or due to that friction will be produces. So we consider that that is negligible. Now, how to find out beam strength? So, we consider that cross section of a tooth varies from free end, means top portion, to the fixed end. Consider as a cantilever beam, and we have already drawn is parabola. So, the weakest section, highest stresses is generated at the x-axis, we have already seen in figure. Okay, so you can see here again, section x-axis is having the maximum stresses, means where the maximum stresses will be generated. So, that is your weakest section of your tooth. So, we have to design on the weakest section. Okay, so at the x-axis section, what is the bending moment? Okay, so bending moment produced due to tangential load is PT multiplied by your height, perpendicular height. So, PT is acting in this direction and H is your perpendicular height. So, you can see here bending moment is equal to PT into H. Now, what is I? What is the moment of inertia? So, moment of inertia about your x-axis, see here in diagram, okay, about the x-axis, okay. So, what will be the moment of inertia? I is equal to 1 by 12 of, you can see here, 1 by 12 of B is your phase width, okay, T is your thickness, which is at the bottom side, right. So, 1 by 12 BTQ, so this is your moment of inertia. Now, what is your Y? Y is distance, so this is equal to T by 2, okay, or if we can say that we have considered the from the center point, so total distance is equal to half of your tooth thickness. So, bending stresses, so how to find out the bending stresses? We will use the bending equations or equation for the bending. So, we will find out sigma B is equal to, or M sigma B divided by Y is equal to MB divided by I. So, when Y will be come here, so sigma B is equal to, you can find out MB into Y divided by I. So, this is your bending stresses. Now, what is the bending moment? Now, so bending moment is your tangential load multiplied by height. So, this is equal to PT into H. Now, small y, so Y is equal to T divided by 2, half of your thickness, and divided by I. So, I is equal to 1 by 12 of your BTQ. By solving this equation or by rearranging the parameters, we will get the tangential load in terms of bending stress. So, PT is equal to sigma B into B, okay, multiplied by T squared divided by 6S. Now, we will multiply both sides, okay, sorry, we will multiply and divide this equation, right, you can see here, sigma B into B multiplied by T squared divided by 6S. So, this equation will be multiplied by module and divided by module. So, we will get this equation, you can see here, okay. So, T squared by 6HM is known as your Lewis form factor, and that is denoted by capital Y, okay. So, we consider this is a constant which is depend on your teeth, number of teeth and teeth of your system. So, this is capital Y is known as here your tooth form factor. So, we can write the equation in the form PT is equal to M into B sigma B into capital Y. In some books, capital Y is equal to small y into pi, okay. So, please take care of this. This is the equation which is used in different textbooks in different method. In some books, it is considered capital Y, and in some books, it is taken as small y. So, when we consider the small y, so capital Y is equal to pi into small y, okay. So, PT, so this equation give the relation between the tangential load and corresponding to the stresses or corresponding to the your bending stresses, okay. Now, so when the gear tooth is carry the maximum amount of your force tangential load is known as your beam strength, or you can say that the ability of or the capability of gear that can be taken the maximum tangential load, so it is also known as beam strength of your gear tool. And design is based on this strength, and this strength, beam strength, is denoted by SB. So this is the maximum value of tangential force that can be load, tooth can be transmit, or power can be transmitted by the tooth without your bending failure. So now we will replace, when we will discuss about the beam strength, so we will replace tangential load by SB. So SB is equal to, beam strength is equal to M into B into sigma B into Y. So this is the equation second. Okay. Here SB is equal to your beam strength of gear tooth, which is given in newtons, and sigma B is equal to permissible bending stress, which is always given in Newton per mm square. So it was about the Lebesgue equation, or you can say that beam strength of a gear tooth. Thank you. Keep watching.